Right, so here I wanted to show you some cool phone applications that I found, because a phone, at least an Android phone, is like a Linux system, right? So I thought, well, you should be able to do everything a Linux computer system does, which means you should be able to use a terminal, you should be able to use like a Wine application layer, and there's a whole bunch of other, kind of cool stuff you can do. Turns out you kind of can. There's this program called Termux, Termux, which I will click here, and I'll just, usually you have the little keyboard, but I've got a Bluetooth one here. So this is a bash terminal. So if we do ls, for example, ls, then you can see I've got a directory there. You can just say like make dir 1, and then we ls again, and then we have folder 1, then we cd into 1, for example, and then we cd out of it. I'll show you, for example, what you can do is you install clang or clang. I think it was like was it apt get clang, I think it was, because now I can run GCC. I'll show you. I'll go to and what I've got, so you use nano or vim, or I think it's like vi to run this. Nano is pretty simple, and then look at that. I've got a a basic C program that essentially just loops through a menu. It's really, really simple, right? I haven't done much. I don't have the time yet. And then we go, if you do gcc-o and then run, and then the what do you call it, the C name, and then we do ls, and of course I've already done this, so but you'll have to do it a million times when you keep running a program. We run it, and then we go, see, and if I type something, it'll just just repeat that or whatever. But if I press 4, it'll break the infinite loop. So I mean, how cool is that, right? All right, so the next one is Winlater, and this is if you've used Lutris or Bottles or any of these things. It's essentially just a wine, like a wine wrapper thing. Oh, come on. I'll edit the as you can see here, you've seen all this stuff before, and I will flip it, we'll run it. So all right, here we are. See, pretty nifty. Let's get out the stuff, and you can see if we go to start, you want to connect the D drive as like your download folder, so you can have software. We've got you have to install Mono there, and here we go, wine configuration, which anyone who's played around with your wine remembers this. See, these are all the DLLs. I want to see if I can get like gproton running on it, because it's currently I'm having DLL issues. Yeah, I'll show you. For example, I've got Morrowind and Phantasy Star Online. If I run this, it'll run, but it has DLL issues, so I have to like debug it. But it's still really cool, So this is essentially just a wine layer. Right, so here we are. I don't know if is the sound turned on? Yeah, okay. And like this is not just a video, this is actually, as you can see, the DLL error. Like that, see? It's a bit loud. And I can enter my right. You can do, if you don't have a keyboard, you can do that, and then you go like keyboard, and what you do, you can set up like input controls, and there's all kinds of, you got task manager, active window. So if I go task manager, and then I go on stuff, end process, there we go. I don't have a mouse, so Okay, and there we are. Alright, so another cool one is ChatGPT, or like any AI, I guess. Was the How was the original Phantasy Star Online game for the Dreamcast programmed? Don't have 2 spaces there. Not good. There we go, and we just enter that, exit out of that, and if you need to look something up on the fly, it's pretty nifty. C, C++, Sega had, I imagine, their own libraries, a Windows-based environment, based GCC, VR2, Power VR2 tiling engine, Vertex array. So it's pretty nice. This would be hard information to search up on the internet, right? Like this is really nifty to be able to just check this out. Last one, of course, is Brave Browser. If you've never used a Brave Browser, I do recommend it. I find it's pretty good. It handles pretty well. So you do check it out. That's the browser I use. So anyway, that's it. Termux, WinLater. WinLater, you do have to install the APK. It'll say like, oh, this is scary. It's not good, and you have to install anyway. But the other 3, I'm pretty sure you can get on any of the stores. So check them out.